What's good, people? It's Joshua from Joshua Chubb Photography, back again with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys about my current Fujifilm setup, and then also my thoughts on the newer Fujifilm cameras, the X-H2S, the X-H2, and the recently announced X-T5. So it was about 5 months ago when I made my farewell video. That video was titled Goodbye Fujifilm, and I boxed up my XE4, my 18f2, and my 3514, and sold those items, as well as I had a Fujifilm X70, great little camera that I also ended up selling. And I did that in favor of not only switching to Sony, but I did have a black X100V at that time. Well, fast forward from those 5 months till now, I sold the black X100V, bought a black XE4, the 18f2, and also the 3514 again. Also ended up buying another X70, and recently just sold the XE4, the X70, bought a silver Fujifilm X100V. I still do have the 18f2 and the 3514 that's currently listed for sale online. If you know somebody that wants one or needs one, let me know. They're both in like new condition. But anyway, so my career with Fujifilm started way back in, not way back, but in like 2018 when I had the X-T2 was my main camera, then eventually switched over to the X-T3 once the X-T4 was announced. And so for me, the X-T4 I was hoping would still kind of have that same three-way tilt screen that like the previous generation bodies had, but the X-T4, you know, of course, with the flippy screen, was the same sensor, so it wasn't really big enough of an update for me to justify as my main workhorse camera. And so I've always kind of had two Fujifilm bodies, so one was always either like the X-T2 or X-T3, and then I wanted to do an EDC or an everyday carry kind of camera, and I've bounced between the XS10, the XE4, the XT30, XT200, and X100V, and I just kind of keep going back and forth because none of those cameras, the X70, none of those cameras have exactly everything that I want in a camera, and so that's why there's a lot of influx of me, you know, buying and selling Fujifilm gear. I'm hoping one day that we'll get this X70 successor. I think that would be the perfect camera. But anyway, I just got rid of the XE4 because, you know, it is versatile, but I really want something that has like a built-in flash. Bought the X100V again because of that, but you know, it's not the 18mm, so I'm all over the place basically. But nonetheless, that's just a quick update. So I got the X100V that I'm rocking with. Let's talk about these new cameras that Fujifilm just came out with, right? So we got the X-H2S. This one's really kind of aimed at your video people, stacked sensor, you know, super fast readouts. It is good for, you know, photography as well because you do get those faster readout speeds, but it's really kind of geared more toward video compared to the regular X-H2. And so, of course, Fujifilm also just released the X-T5. X-H2 is kind of one of those cameras where it's in the middle, and I'm kind of glad that Fujifilm is releasing the X-T5 so fast because a lot of people who, you know, may want the X-H2 for photography, you know, are not really fans of the flippy screen, but you do get the 40 megapixels. It does shoot 8K, but I mean, I don't know, is 8K really a thing? Like, where are you really watching 8K content at? So people talk about future proof, but I could just get it in the future if it's really that big of a deal. I really feel that 4K isn't even that widely adopted like it should be before we start running to 8K. So yeah, anyway, there's that. But of course the XH2 has the PASM dials, which can be good, can be bad. I'm not going to lie. On the Sony, I do like having the PASM dials because I have custom modes set for photo and also for video. And so when I look at it in that regard, it's great to have. But for how I use Fujifilm now, since I've migrated over to Sony, Fujifilm is either going to be my EDC camera, which the X100V is, or if I were to maybe get like an X-T5, then that will just be maybe for like portrait shoots and, you know, things like that. And I love having, you know, the retro dials in that aspect. And so I'm happy to hear that the X-T5, you know, of course kept the dials, but kept the three-way tilt screen. I know a lot of people are happy about that. I'm also happy that they did decide to throw IBIS in it. The way of the world right now when it comes to like YouTube shorts, when it comes to reels and TikTok videos, is vertical video. And the X-T5, now that it has IBIS, in my opinion, will be like the perfect camera for, you know, doing vertical video, because you can just, of course, tilt that screen right out instead of, you know, flipping the screen down. So I'm thinking specifically for gimbal work. You know, you can't really fly a XT4 or XH2 you can't fly any camera with the flippy screen on a gimbal, you know, with the screen out. And I'm not a super professional, so I'm not going to rig up an external monitor or things like that. I really would just like to have it in the vertical mode and then tilt the screen out to the angle that suits me perfectly. So super excited about that. They made it smaller. I think it is definitely smaller than the XT4. I'm not sure of the exact size comparison to the XT3, but that would be interesting to see. So yeah, this is just a quick update video. Let me know what y'all think though about these new cameras. Have you already purchased an XH2 or XH2S, or have you been waiting for the XT5? I know, you know, we as humans, we're kind of never satisfied, right? And so, you know, there's people who are waiting for, you know, the X Pro 4, there's people waiting for the X100 I know so many people want IBIS in the X100 series. I don't know if they can pull it off with, you know, without sacrificing the size of the body. What I really want is a truly pocketable everyday camera. I don't want to go Ricoh. I don't want to go Sony for that. You know, I still want to stick with Fuji because I think that their cameras do have soul. Also, let me know in the comments. Y'all like Skittles? Y'all rock with Skittles? I wish that they would just make Skittles like that don't have orange. Like, come on, y'all eat orange Skittles? Like, come on now, for real. So anyway, I'm about to wrap this video up. Got a couple more videos to make. So yeah, just stay tuned. I appreciate y'all's patience with me for pushing out videos. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.